Can you hear me now? All right. So this is Father's Day. Yay! All the fathers in the house, let me hear you say, yay! Oh! Woohoo! Yes, thank you so much. And so today, it's just going to be an homage to fathers. Father is not just a title. I'm going to use my notes because I don't want to just get up here and just be, what's going on there? I don't want to just get up and just be chit-chatting. I want to say what's on my heart. And I wrote some things, and I want to share it all with you. So it may take longer, it may not, but we'll see. But it is a homage to Father, because Father is not just a title. It's a calling. It's a responsibility. And it doesn't matter if you have children of your own, or if you simply fathered other people's children. Your nephews, your nieces, your neighbors, whatever children we see in the store, we parent children. And so just whether you actually have birthed a child, have parented a child, it doesn't matter. You as a male, you are a father to many people in this life. And what we do, what fathers do, it's so strong and it's so powerful. You teach the children, not just your own, all the children, just by being the man that you are, just by being the father that you are, just by showing up, you teach everyone what it means to be a man. What it means to be a man. They're not born knowing what that means. They have to be taught. They're taught by example. They're taught by what you do. And so to be a father is to be someone who uplifts other young boys, other fathers, other men. That's what fathers do. You uplift, you transform the people in your life by what you do and how you show up. Every man that I know in this room is an uplifter, is a helper, is a healer, is someone who comes and says, how can I help you? What do you need today? I see something here for you. I see something in you. There's not a man in this room that hasn't done that. Not one. And that's what fathers do. Just like mothers, we all have different relationships with the fathers in our lives. Sometimes, and we were talking earlier in class, we come to this planet and we don't know what our role is. We don't know what we're here to do. But what I do know is that we're here to experience life. And these experiences show us things about who we are and what we've come to do. And those experiences help us become the people that we're supposed to become. That's what they do. And so, yeah, we have different experiences with our mothers and fathers. But we have the experiences we came here to have. Have no doubt about that. Have no doubt about that. So today I want us to consider the role of father and what is possible for us because of the fathers and the father figures in our lives. And I remember reading an article, and there were several strong women that were talking about why they are where they are because of the fathers in their lives. Oprah talked about it, Michelle Obama, Marie Shriver, Diane Sawyer. A lot of strong women have talked about how they are who they are because of how their fathers were in their lives. And I can tell you, and I've told you many times, and I'll tell us some more stories of my dad, but I am who I am partly, and the strength that I have is because of what my father not just saw in me, but told me what he saw in me, spoke it out, encouraged it, required it for me not to play small, not to play small. And that's what fathers do. They see things in you, and they give you permission to be that person. And in a world where women aren't necessarily allowed to be who we're supposed to be, our fathers encourage us to be that, regardless of what other people say. I've had people tell me, you talk too loud, you're obnoxious, you think you know everything. I do know a lot. I'm not going to apologize for that. I've learned things, I've earned things, I've had experiences. What are the experiences for if not to learn? And if you are learning something, why not share that so that someone else doesn't have to go through the trauma you went through? So we share that, right? Okay, so my father just said, you know what? People that tell you that, they're flat out jealous. Don't even worry about that. Just do what you do. Don't ever be small. Don't ever play small or stand under a shadow because it's a grown-up. They don't know anything more than you do. They think they do, but they don't. And so my father encouraged me to do that, even with him. Even with him, he encouraged me to stand up and say when I thought something was wrong and explain why I thought it was so. He listened. He actually changed his mind about something he asked me to do when I said, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. Tell me why. Just tell me why. He honored that in me. So that's the role that my father played. But as I was looking and researching some stuff and wondering, I couldn't remember because I'd done it such a long time ago, just came across these women talking about their lives and how they are who they are because of the father figures in their lives. I couldn't remember who all they were or what all they said, but I was looking at some other things. And Oprah talked about the story of the two dogs sitting by the railroad track. And the train comes by and clips off a piece of the younger dog's tail. And the older dog turns to him, and the dog's just running around and yelping and screaming, and the older dog turns to him and he says, be cool. Don't go losing your head over a little piece of tail. And so every time Oprah would get a crush on some boy who wasn't crushing back on her, her dad would say, did I ever tell you the story about the two dogs? Yeah, Dad, you told me. I remember. And so that's what fathers do. That's what they get to do. That's what we expect from them. That's how we grow, is by them telling us what they know. I don't even know what, oh my goodness, what talk is this? This is insane. I don't know. Okay, well, whatever. I was going to go on. There was something else. There was a page missing, and that's all right. It's another whole talk. But yeah, I'm going to keep it going because I remember some of the stories I was going to tell you. So I was just going to talk to you about the power that fathers have. And I remember my mom just was an excellent cook. She wasn't always, but she grew into her own and just became an excellent cook. And she was always trying different things. My dad, on the other hand, was a farm boy. And so he was used to, the things that they had on the farm, corn and, steak, whatever they had. So anything that she was trying to introduce, he'd look at it, he'd try it, but he'd look at it, on the table, and she'd serve it, and he'd look at it, and he'd try it. And then the kids, we're all watching my dad. It's like, is he gonna like it? What's he gonna do? And so he's tasting, and he goes, and we go, no, we don't like it. We don't like it. If Dad didn't like it, we weren't going to even bother to try it because we just weren't going to do it. We followed his lead to the point where Mom said to him privately, she told us later, she said, you have got to stop doing that. Because if you don't like it, act like you do. Because the kids aren't going to eat it if you don't eat it. So eat it. This is the influence that they had. This is the influence that fathers have. We watch them. We listen to what they have to say. My father always told me, you are bright, you are intelligent. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. You belong in any room you're in. This is what my dad said. Even though he wasn't raised that way, I don't know how, and maybe he was just reparenting himself through us. I don't know. But it's really unusual. And so one of the things, what's missing here is there was a list of things that the women that I was looking at were talking about what a father would have that encourages women. And one of the things that they talked about was that they were treated the same as the brothers. So whatever the brothers got, the girls got as well. If they were expected to do something, the girls were expected to do the same thing. If they were told things or given information or whatever it was, the girls got the same thing. So there was no separation in their family between the girls and the boys. They got the same education that the boys got. They were encouraged to be educated. So part of the thing that happens for fathers, what fathers have the power to do, is to tell their girls, you are as good as anyone in the room. You are as good as any man. You have the power and the brains and the mindset to do what any man is doing. Don't play small for anyone. And if someone's asking you to do that, that's not a person that needs to be in your life. That's not a person that needs to be in your life. And that is the power that fathers have, not only in women's lives, but in their sons' lives as well, to encourage them to be the best that they can. If your dad says you can do it, who are you to argue? We just automatically believe them. We automatically believe them. I remember it just really pissed my mom off, even beyond the food. That we'd ask it, and this is so funny because my kids started doing the same thing to me. But we walk up, to tell my mom, hey, Mom, how do you do, never mind. Dad, how we we feel like, because here's the thing, just what is the difference between moms and dads? Moms are going to love you no matter what. You can show up with snot all over your face and vomit all over your whatever, and they're just going to clean you up and love you and tell you it's okay. Dads are going to tell you the truth. They're going to say, that is disgusting. I'm going to clean this up, but you're going to help me because you did this. See? Right? That's what dads are going to do. They're going to tell you the absolute truth. They're going to love you, but they're also going to tell you the total truth. The moms are going to tell you the love truth. The dads are going to tell you the truth and love you through it. That's been my experience with the men in my life, with the fathers in my life, who have made me the woman that I am, that have helped me become the woman that I am, because I get it. I understand that there is truth and there is love, and you can actually combine both. You could actually love someone and tell them the truth at the same time. And you have the power to see the truth in someone when they can't see it in themselves. That's what fathers do. Moms can do the same thing, but fathers do it more. I don't know why. It doesn't matter. The why isn't important. I'm just explaining what I see, what I know about the power of the male in your life. So I'm just wanting to say to you, the fathers, the father figures in this room, thank you. Thank you for who you are, who you've been to the people in your lives, particularly the children, because they're watching, always watching. And what you say and what you do and how you treat them matters. It shapes who they think they can be, because you think they can do it. If you think they can do it, they can do it. That's all they know. There's a quote that I want to give you. Today I just want to salute my fathers and all the fathers who've done what theirs to do, to give you, to give me, to give us the guidance and the support that we need to become the people that we are to become, that we're on this planet to become. That's the reason we have yin and yang. That's why we have women and men. The power, the difference in what they bring to the table, what we all bring to the table. I know firsthand how the trajectory of life can change by the positive influence of a good father. The positive influence of a good father. And if you don't think you had one, it's okay. If you didn't have the one that we were born with, you have one in your life somewhere. Just remember that one. Remember that one, who treated you and knew who you could be and expected the best out of you, whether it was a teacher, whether it was someone else in your family, a father figure in your family helped you to feel the love that is you, and that you have handed down in your unique way. To all the children and the loved ones in your life, I say thank you. And thank you for being here. There's a quote by an American novelist, John Gregory Brown. He says, there's something like a line of gold thread running through a man's words when he talks to his children, the men or the girls or the boys. And gradually, over the years, that thread gets to be long enough for the child to pick up in their hands and to weave it into a cloth that feels like love itself. That's what you do. Thank you so much. I have a friend who has 5 sons. I love this story. This is a true story. You guys know Rose. They have 5 sons. The father has passed away. And all of their 5 sons all have children. They wanted big families. The minimum they have is 3 between each kid, but they have more than that. Some have 5. And I love the family dynamic and how they honor the fathers in their lives, the children, the grandchildren. So whenever the children of the 5 boys, so it's the 5 brothers, and they just call the kids, just call them the fathers. They just call them the fathers. And whenever the kids have a problem, or they have something they want to discuss and they want to figure out, they come together as the kids and they just say, let's go and talk to the fathers and see what they have to say. And so they have a council meeting with all 5 of the fathers. And whatever the 5 fathers come up with, that's what the children do. It is I've never seen such a dynamic, but it is beautiful. And that's what they do. And the moms didn't come up with it. The moms didn't say, go to your dads. The kids came up with it. The kids created this father council. And that's what they do. They say, let's go talk to the fathers. And the fathers will come together whenever the kids want them to and hear what they have to say and then between them decide this is the best way to go. And they follow it, and it's never failed them. It's a beautiful thing. You are a beautiful thing. Thank you for what you do. Thank you to all the fathers in the room, the father figures, the fathers that are listening. Thank you for being here. And so it is.